Today, I'll show you how to turn your spare TV into a super ultra-wide monitor for free. Then, I will explain the benefits. Super ultra-wide monitors are extremely expensive, and while they're great for productivity and driving games, not all games support them. This makes them a pricey investment that isn't even well-rounded. Did you know that you can turn one of your spare TVs into a super ultra-wide monitor for free, so that you can get a taste of super ultra-wide gaming to see if your games support it? Why TVs and not monitors? TVs are big, cheap, and plentiful. If you have a 40-inch monitor lying around, by all means use it. But even a 40-inch monitor will only result in a 36-inch display for super ultra-wide, which isn't ideal. The ideal TV should be 4K and between 40 to 55 inches. Anything smaller will make the display area too small. Anything too large and you'll be straining your neck looking up and sideways. Make sure the TV has low gaming latency. Use the TV remote to enter the TV settings and turn off any processing to reduce the input delay. Most TVs made in the last 10 years have a gaming mode that can be simply turned on. You'll probably get a 20 millisecond latency, which is acceptable for console-style gaming. You'll want to put the TV as low as possible on the table. I use a third-party stand I happen to own. If your desk doesn't support your massive 75-inch TV because it's too short, then you'll have to find a longer desk. I will show you how to do this in Windows 11, but Windows 10 is very similar. I have an NVIDIA GPU, so for me, I go to the taskbar Hidden Icons and right-click the NVIDIA icon, then select NVIDIA Control Panel. We want to create two custom resolutions. In the sidebar, go to Change Resolution, then click Customize. You will need to click the checkmark for Enable Resolutions Not Exposed by the Display, then click Create Custom Resolution. Set the horizontal pixel to 3840 and vertical lines to 1080. Leave the rest alone. Click Test. Now your TV should display like a super ultra-wide, with black bars on the top and bottom. If it works, finalize it by checking the checkmark beside the resolution. Now we want to create another resolution for 1440p ultra-wide. Click the Create Custom Resolution button again, and this time we'll set vertical lines to 1440, while keeping the horizontal pixels to 3840. True ultra-wide 1440p is actually 3440 times 1440. It's not 3840. However, since our TV has a horizontal resolution of 3840, it is best to use that, as it is pixel perfect and we get no black bars. We're actually getting 400 horizontal pixels as a bonus, so it's even better than ultra-wide. Now here comes the magic. Right-click the window desktop, then select Display Settings. Change the display resolution back to 4K, which is 3840 times 2160 recommended. Why are we going back to 4K? Because we will set the ultra-wide resolution in the game instead of Windows. By setting 4K as your Windows resolution, you now have the option to swap between 4K, 1440p ultra-wide, and 1080p super ultra-wide freely in-game. The next time you launch a game and choose from the available resolutions, we should have 4K, 1440p ultra-wide, and 1080p super ultra-wide settings all selectable. You can quickly test which games support super ultra-wide. If you have a game that doesn't support ultra-wide, you can play in 4K. For those that do support it, you can try all three modes to see what you enjoy. I personally like the 1440p ultra-wide. Why go through all this trouble just to have black bars? The first answer is field of view. On games that support it, having a super ultra-wide camera will show more of what is to the left and what is to the right of the scene. This is great for racing games. It's also more cinematic. The second answer is performance. By cutting the number of pixels you need to render, you reduce your GPU load as well as how much VRAM is used. We know that memory is super expensive in 2026. By reducing the screen, you reduce your need for GPU power. If you really like ultra-wide gaming, maybe you can actually buy a real ultra-wide monitor. This will allow you to have higher refresh rates, more monitor arm adjustability, no black bars, and lower response time. I actually prefer having a big TV instead of an ultra-wide because I game most of the time in 4K and I only use ultra-wide occasionally. The ultra-wide monitor should be when you game in ultra-wide most of the time, but then you lose the ability to display 4K, which makes it less versatile. Of course, you can get a 4K ultra-wide, which is crazy expensive. If you can afford a gaming PC powerful enough to drive a super ultra-wide 4K monitor, you don't even need this guide, just buy what you want. I hope this guide helped you to get your toes into super ultra-wide and even ultra-wide gaming for free. If you have another GPU brand other than NVIDIA, the steps will be a bit different. If this video was helpful, please leave a like or subscribe so I know to make more of these gaming tech hacks. Anyways, I wanted to make this guide because I think it's very cool, and I never saw anyone talk about it. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming!